Heading 360, descend to 6,000 feet, All Nippon 41.
Air Canada 6, we're established. Tower on 12435, thank you, Air Canada 6. Heading 360, descend to 3,000 feet, Skymark 68. Departure, Air France 934 Heavy, passing 1,600 on the Mito departure. Climb to flight level 180, Air France 934. All Nippon 37, descending 8,000 feet. Descend to 2,000 feet, Skymark 68. Heading 050, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, All Nippon 37. Descend to altitude 3,000 feet, speed 250, air do 1857. Right 230, cleared ILS 23, All Nippon 906. Left 240, speed 180, cleared ILS runway 23, Skymark 68. All Nippon 440 Heavy, out of 1,900 climbing 7,000, Giga departure. Climb to 180, All Nippon 440.
Descend to 5,000 feet, All Nippon 41.
Speed 200 knots, Skymark 68. Left heading 360, air do 1857. Descend to altitude 3,000 feet, increasing 250, All Nippon 216.
Descend to 4,000 feet, All Nippon 41.
2435, thanks, Skymark 68. Air engine 873, inbound Kisarazu. Right heading 060, descend to altitude 3000, air engine 873. Japan Air 620 Heavy. Heading 240, cleared approach 23, air do 1857. Right heading 360, descend to altitude 4000 feet, Japan Air 620. Air France 934, good day. 2435, All Nippon 906.
Left heading 270, All Nippon 41.
Left 010, All Nippon 216. All Nippon 440, bye. One two four three five, bye bye, air do 1857.
Left 250 to intercept, cleared approach 23, all Nippon 41.
All Nippon 3902 heavy, with you. All Nippon 64, passing 18 climbing to 7,000 feet, Mito. Nuski 5772. Climb to flight level 180, all Nippon 64. Left 300, all Nippon 216. Right 060, descend to 3000, Nuski 5772. Heading 270, all Nippon 216. Heading 180, descend 5000, all Nippon 3902. All Nippon 5833 heavy. Right 060, descend to altitude 4000 feet, all Nippon 5833.
Speed 250 till 6 miles, all Nippon 41.
Left heading 240, cleared ILS 23, all Nippon 216.
All Nippon 41, established 23. All Nippon 41.
Right 220, cleared ILS 23, all Nippon 3902. Good morning, Air Do 2332. All Nippon 3261 heavy, out of 2100 climbing 7000, Seiki-Yudu departure. Climb to level 180, all Nippon 3261. Left heading 320, Japan Air 620. Heading 140, descend 5000, Air Do 2332.
Reducing, all Nippon 41. 2435, all Nippon 41.
Tower on 12435, thank you, all Nippon 216. Japan Air 1779er. Heading 060, descend to altitude 3000 feet, Japan Air 1779er. All Nippon 64, bye. Speed 250 till the localizer, all Nippon 3902. Left heading 360, all Nippon 37. Left heading 360, increasing 250, all Nippon 37. Left heading 270, Japan Air 620.
Approach, Japan Air 167 Heavy, inbound Kisarazu. Right heading 060, descend to altitude 4000 feet, Japan Air 167.
Left heading 240, cleared approach 23, Japan Air 620. Heading 310, all Nippon 37. Heading 040, increasing 250, Air Engine 873. Tokyo Control on 1241, thank you, all Nippon 3261. Tokyo departure, all Nippon 903 heavy, passing 22, Chiga departure. Climb to flight level 180, all Nippon 903. 124.35, all Nippon 3902. Right 230, air do 2332. Left heading 250, cleared ILS runway 23, all Nippon 37. Continue right turn heading 270, air do 2332. Heading 250, cleared ILS 23, air do 2332. 2435, thanks, Japan Air 620. Left heading 360, air engine 873. Juliet Alpha 9 2 Echo Yankee. Heading 050, descend altitude 3000 feet, Juliet Echo Yankee. Heading 020, speed 250 knots, Nuski 5772. Heading 240, air do 2332. Approach, Japan Air 308. Tokyo departure, Japan Air 2300 heavy, passing 2100 on the Mito departure. Climb to 180, Japan Air 2300. Right heading 270, descend to 5000 feet, Japan Air 308. Heading 270, air engine 873. All Nippon 903, bye. All Nippon 234 heavy, with echo. 24.35, thank you, All Nippon 37. Heading 050, descend altitude 4000, All Nippon 234. Left 020, All Nippon 5833. Left 250, cleared approach runway 23, air engine 873. Heading 240, air engine 873. Japan Air 24, Miura departure, passing 1900 feet. Speed 250 till 6 miles, air do 2332. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 24. Left heading 180, Japan Air 308. Left 290, Nuski 5772. Descend to altitude 2000 feet, Nuski 5772. Heading 340, descend to altitude 3000 feet, All Nippon 5833. 2435, thank you, air do 2332. Left heading 010, Japan Air 1779er. All Nippon 7118. Left heading 270, Nuski 5772. Heading 060, descend to 3000, All Nippon 7118. Descend 4000 feet, Japan Air 308. Left 310, All Nippon 5833. Heading 240, cleared approach 23, Nuski 5772. Left heading 360, descend to 2000 feet, Japan Air 1779er. Japan Air 2300, bye. Japan Air 24, switching to Tokyo control. 2435, bye-bye, Air Incheon 873. All Nippon 41 Heavy, Seiki to departure, passing 2200 feet. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 41.
All Nippon 84 Heavy, with Echo. Right heading 360, descend to altitude 5000 feet, All Nippon 84.
Heading 250, cleared approach 23, All Nippon 5833. Departure, EVA 788 Heavy, out of 16 climbing 7000, Mito departure. Heading 220, cleared approach 22, Japan Air 308. Climb to flight level 180, EVA 788.
Heading 360, Japan Air 167. Increasing 250, Japan Air 167.
Left 270, Japan Air 1779er. 118.575, thank you, Japan Air 308. Tower on 12435, good day, Nuski 5772. Japan Air 15, passing 1800 on the Seiki to departure. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 15. Approach, All Nippon 29er, with you. Heading 060, descend to altitude 3000 feet, Air Do 882. Descend altitude 5000 feet, on this heading, cleared approach runway 22, All Nippon 29er. Departure, Air Do 584, passing 16, Mito departure. Heading 240, cleared ILS approach 23, Japan Air 1779er.
Speed 220 knots, Japan Air 167. Good morning, All Nippon 469er Heavy, with you. Left heading 270, Japan Air 167. Right 360, descend to altitude 5000 feet, All Nippon 469er. Left 245, cleared ILS 23, Japan Air 167.
All Nippon 41, bye.
Good morning, Starflyer 210, with information echo. Heading 060, descend to altitude 4000 feet, Starflyer 210.
EVA 788, bye. Climb to 180, Air Do 584. Heading 360, Juliet Echo Yankee. Speed 230 knots, Juliet Echo Yankee. All Nippon 5833, established ILS 23. 124.35, All Nippon 5833.
Japan Air 21 Heavy, passing 2300, Canuck departure. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 21.
Speed 200 knots, Juliet Echo Yankee. Japan Air 1014, out of 2300 climbing 7000, Mito departure. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 1014. Japan Air 15, switching to Tokyo control. Left 360, All Nippon 234.
Left 270, All Nippon 84.
Heading 250, cleared approach 23, Juliet Echo Yankee. All Nippon 45 heavy. Air 2584, switching to Tokyo control. Right heading 210, descend to 6000, All Nippon 45. Japan Air 121 heavy. Right heading 060, descend to 3000 feet, Japan Air 121. (2435), thank you, Japan Air 1779er. Delta 73 heavy. Right heading 360, descend to altitude 5000, Delta 73. Left heading west, All Nippon 234. Heading 360, increasing 250, All Nippon 7118. Descend to altitude 2000, All Nippon 7118. Heading 250, speed 250 till the localizer, cleared approach runway 23, All Nippon 234.
All Nippon 904 heavy, with information Foxtrot.
Expedite climb, Japan Air 21.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 72 Charlie.
Heading 235, cleared ILS 22, All Nippon 84.
Japan Air 21, switching to Tokyo control.
Reducing 200, cleared to intercept the localizer of runway 22, All Nippon 45.
Descend 5000 feet, on this heading, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 904.
Left heading west, descend to 3000 feet, All Nippon 469er. 12435, thank you, Japan Air 167.
118575, All Nippon 29er. Japan Air 1014, bye. Heading 360, Air 2882.
All Nippon 0582 heavy, passing 2200, Yanag. Speed 250 till 6 miles, All Nippon 84. Climb to level 180, All Nippon 0582.
All Nippon 45, localizer established. Descend to 5000, cleared approach, All Nippon 45.
Heading 230, cleared ILS 23, All Nippon 469er.
Japan Air 973 heavy, with Foxtrot. Reducing 200, All Nippon 7118. Right heading 060, descend to 3000 feet, Japan Air 973. Left heading 270, All Nippon 7118. Tower on 12435, Juliet Echo Yankee. Tower on 12435, good day, All Nippon 234. Left heading 235, cleared approach runway 23, All Nippon 7118.
Heading 360, Starflyer 210. 18.575, number 2, All Nippon 84.
Good morning, Nuski 943.
Departure, All Nippon 441, out of 1800 climbing 7000 feet, Chiyoga departure.
Right 060, descend to altitude 4000 feet, Nuski 943.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 441.
Approach, American 2044 heavy. Right 030, Delta 73. Reducing 200, Delta 73. OK Jet 968, inbound Kisarazu. Heading 360, descend altitude 5,000 feet, OK Jet 9er68. Heading 210, descend to 5,000 feet, cleared approach 22, American 2044. 118575, thanks, All Nippon 45.
Heading 225, All Nippon 469er.
All Nippon 439er Heavy, Canuck departure, passing 1,800 feet climbing to 7,000 feet. Climb to 180, All Nippon 439er. Left heading 245, cleared ILS 23, Air Do 882. Left heading north, Delta 73. Left 235, Air Do 882.
All Nippon 0582, bye. Speed 180 knots, All Nippon 9er 4.
Left 230, Air Do 882. All Nippon 72 Charlie, bye.
Speed 150, All Nippon 9er 4.
All Nippon 59er, with Foxtrot. All Nippon 10, passing 2,300, Yokosuka. Heading 300, Delta 73. Climb 180, All Nippon 10.
2435, thank you, All Nippon 469er.
Hong Kong Shuttle 485, passing 2,300 climbing to 7,000, Giga. Heading 060, descend altitude 3,000 feet, All Nippon 59er. Climb to level 180, Hong Kong Shuttle 485.
Left heading west, Starflyer 210. Approach, All Nippon 6672 Heavy. Right 210, descend to 5,000 feet, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 6672.
Left 010, increasing 250, Japan Air 121.
118575, thanks, All Nippon 9er 4. All Nippon 441, bye.
All Nippon 9er 050 Heavy, climbing 7,000 feet, Seiki-Yadu departure. Heading 060, descend to 4,000 feet, Qantas 116.
Heading 230, cleared approach runway 23, Starflyer 210.
Heading 220, speed 250 knots, Delta 73. Left 210, Delta 73. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 9er 050. All Nippon 269er Heavy, with information Golf. All Nippon 439er, bye. Descend to 5,000, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 269er. All Nippon 834 Heavy, with Golf.
Heading 215, All Nippon 6672.
Right 225 to intercept, cleared ILS 23, Delta 73. All Nippon 39er Heavy, Giga departure, passing 2,300. Say again the flight level, All Nippon 39er. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 39er. Right heading 020, descend to 5,000, All Nippon 834. Speed 200, Japan Air 121. Reduce 200 knots, OK Jet 9er68. Descend to altitude 4,000 feet, OK Jet 9er68. 18.575, thank you, American 2044. Tower on 12435, good day, All Nippon 7118. 124.35, Air Do 882.
2435, Starflyer 210.
All Nippon 9er81, with you.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 30.
Right heading 060, descend to 3,000, All Nippon 9er81. Hong Kong Shuttle 485, bye. Heading 360, increasing 250, Japan Air 9er73. Left heading 230, Japan Air 121. Right heading 210, All Nippon 269er. All Nippon 10, bye. Japan Air 82, passing 2200 on the Canuck departure. All Nippon 90292. Climb to 180, Japan Air 82. All Nippon 90050, bye. Right 060, descend to 4000 feet, All Nippon 90292. Speed 250, Japan Air 121. Cleared approach 23, Japan Air 121. Approach, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. Descend to 5000 feet, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta.
18575, All Nippon 6672. Skymark 78, Miura departure, passing 1700 feet climbing to 7000 feet.
All Nippon 62 Heavy.
Climb to flight level 180, Skymark 78.
Heading 360, descend altitude 5000 feet, All Nippon 62. Heading 270, OK Jet 968. Speed 250 knots, OK Jet 968. Left 360, Nuski 943. Left 360, increase 250 knots, Nuski 943. Heading 360, All Nippon 834.
All Nippon 575 Heavy, climbing 7000 feet, second departure.
All Nippon 39er, bye.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 575.
Left heading 250, cleared ILS 23, Japan Air 973. Heading 205, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. Left heading 240, Japan Air 973. Heading 330, Nuski 943.
All Nippon 30, bye.
Japan Air 82, bye. All Nippon 1476 Heavy. All Nippon 6821, Yanag departure, passing 2300 feet climbing to 7000. Heading 205, descend 5000, cleared ILS runway 22, All Nippon 1476. Heading 210, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. Heading 200, OK Jet 968. Left 200, cleared approach runway 22, OK Jet 968. Approach, All Nippon 1100 Heavy. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 6821. Left heading 010, speed 250 knots, All Nippon 59er. Heading 050, descend altitude 3000, All Nippon 1100. Left heading 020, speed 250, Qantas 116. Heading 030, All Nippon 62. Heading 270, All Nippon 834. Heading 220, Nuski 943. Speed 250 till 6 miles, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. Heading 235, cleared approach runway 23, All Nippon 834.
Skymark 78, bye. Departure, China Eastern 8490, passing 2100 on the second departure. Climb to flight level 180, China Eastern 8490.
Climb to level 180, Japan Air 18901. Heading 020, descend altitude 5000 feet, Japan Air 1708. Heading 050, descend to 3000, Japan Air 961. On this heading, cleared approach runway 23, Nuski 943. Reducing 200, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. Heading 210, All Nippon 1476. Reducing 220, All Nippon 59er. Speed 220 knots, Qantas 116. Heading 180, All Nippon 62.
All Nippon 619 Heavy, passing 18, Yokosuka departure. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 619.
18575, number 2, All Nippon 32 Echo Delta. 12435, number 1, Japan Air 121. 12435, number 2, Japan Air 973. Heading 270, All Nippon 59er. Left 360, Qantas 116. Increase 250 knots, All Nippon 59er. Speed 250, Qantas 116. Departure, Japan Air 1613 Heavy, out of 16 climbing 7,000 feet, second departure. Heading 270, All Nippon 62. Left heading 225, All Nippon 834. Heading 230, All Nippon 59er. All Nippon 252. Cleared approach 23, All Nippon 59er. Left 320, Qantas 116. Right 330, All Nippon 62. Climb to level 180, Japan Air 1613. Right 020, descend to 5000, All Nippon 252. Heading 050, descend to altitude 4000 feet, Japan Air 2588. Tower on 118575, good day, OK Jet 9er68. Speed 250 till 6 miles, Nuski 9er43. Descend to 5000 feet, cleared ILS runway 22, Skymark 46. Left heading 230, Qantas 116. Cleared approach 23, Qantas 116. All Nippon 1645 Heavy, passing 21, Maito. 360 over right, Japan Air 1708. 360 over right, All Nippon 252. Descend to altitude 6000 feet, All Nippon 60. Speed 200 knots, Nuski 9er43.
China Eastern 8490, good day.
Reducing 160, All Nippon 834. Heading 225, All Nippon 59er. 18575, thank you, All Nippon 1476.
All Nippon 619er, bye. Climb to level 180, All Nippon 49er 58.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 1645. Heading 050, descend to 3000 feet, Japan Air 9er8. Heading 330, increasing 250, All Nippon 9er81. Speed 200 till 6 miles, All Nippon 834. Japan Air 189er1, good day. Speed 190 till 6 miles, All Nippon 834. Heading 225, Qantas 116. Right heading 210, Skymark 46. Left 230, cleared approach runway 23, All Nippon 62. Departure, Air Do 123, passing 21 climbing to 7000, Siki Yadu departure. Climb to flight level 180, Air Do 123. Left heading north, All Nippon 9er2. Increasing 250, All Nippon 9er2. Japan Air 1613, good day. Left heading 360, descend to altitude 3000 feet, All Nippon 886. Speed 230 till 6 miles, All Nippon 59er. Air Do 465, climbing 7000 feet, second departure. 2435, bye-bye, All Nippon 834. All Nippon 1645, bye. Climb to flight level 180, Air Do 465. Nuski 9er43, bye. Descend 6000 feet, Japan Air 54. Descend to 5000 feet, All Nippon 60. Heading 330, All Nippon 9er2. Heading 230, cleared ILS 23, All Nippon 9er81. Say again the heading, All Nippon 62. Good morning, Japan Air 9er56. Heading 225, All Nippon 62. Right heading 215, descend to 5000, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 9er403. Left heading north, descend to 3000 feet, Japan Air 9er56. Left heading 360, descend to 4000 feet, Japan Air 9er56. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, All Nippon 60. Climb to 6000 feet, All Nippon 60. Speed 250 knots, all Nippon 60. Climb to 7000, Japan Air 54. Nosuke 682, passing 2300 climbing 7000 feet, Yotibo. Left 330, Japan Air 1708. Heading 235, cleared ILS runway 23, all Nippon 90292. 118575, thanks, Skymark 46. Right 270, climb to 10,000 feet, Nosuke 682. Descend to 4000 feet, Japan Air 54. Leave Kisarazu on heading 050, Japan Air 54. Left heading 360, all Nippon 1100. Heading 225, all Nippon 981. Heading 210, descend to 5000 feet, cleared approach runway 22, Japan Air 419er. Heading 320, all Nippon 1100. Heading 320, speed 250 knots, all Nippon 1100. Left 350, all Nippon 252. Cleared to Yotibo, climb level 180, Nosuke 682. Descend 5000, all Nippon 60. Heading 230, all Nippon 90292. Left 310, Japan Air 1708. Air Do 465, good day. Air Do 123, switching to Tokyo control. Lufthansa 162, climb to level 180.
Japan Air 105, Mito departure, passing 1,600 feet. All Nippon 49er 58, bye. Approach, All Nippon 57, with you.
All Nippon 59er, good day.
Climb to level 180, Japan Air 105.
Left 230, all Nippon 1100. Heading 230, cleared ILS, all Nippon 1100. Left heading 320, all Nippon 252. Heading 270, Japan Air 1708.
Leave Kisarazu on heading 050, descend to altitude 4000 feet, all Nippon 57.
Nosuke 682, switching to Tokyo control. Qantas 116, bye. Left heading 225, cleared approach 22, Japan Air 1708. Heading 280, Japan Air 961. Left 270, speed 250, Japan Air 961. Left heading 290, descend to 4000 feet, all Nippon 252. Heading 225, all Nippon 1100. Reduce 190 knots, all Nippon 90292. Right heading 050, increasing 250, all Nippon 886. Heading 270, descend 6000 feet, Japan Air 541. Heading 240, cleared approach 22, all Nippon 252. Nosuke 4326, passing 2100, Seki Yadu departure. Heading 230, Japan Air 1708. Heading 250, cleared ILS runway 23, Japan Air 961. Left 245, cleared ILS runway 23, Japan Air 961. Left 360, Japan Air 2588. Heading 360, all Nippon 60. Departure, all Nippon 84, passing 23, second departure. Heading 310, all Nippon 60. Japan Air 11 heavy. Heading 320, Japan Air 2588. Leave Kisarazu on heading 050, descend to 4000, Japan Air 11. Heading 050, expedite descend to 3000 feet, all Nippon 75. Right 050, expedite descend to 3000 feet, all Nippon 332. Right heading 050, increasing 250, Japan Air 9er
Departure, All Nippon 137 Heavy, passing 2100, Yanag departure.
Heading 235, All Nippon 252. Left heading 270, Japan Air 2588. Speed 250, Japan Air 2588. Heading 240, Japan Air 9er
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 137.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 84. Expedite climb to flight level 180, Nuski 4326. Over left heading 090, Japan Air 541. Left heading 235, cleared ILS 23, Japan Air 2588. Right heading 265, All Nippon 1100. Descend to 2000, speed 160 knots, All Nippon 1100. Change runway, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 1100. Cancel ILS clearance, All Nippon 1100. Roger, All Nippon 1100. Good morning, Asiana 146, with India. Heading 270, Japan Air 98. Left 210, and confirm cleared approach, All Nippon 60. Roger, All Nippon 60. Heading 050, descend to 3000 feet, Asiana 146. All Nippon 1483 Heavy, descending to 8000. Heading 215, All Nippon 60. Starflyer 20, passing 23 climbing 7000 feet, Yotibo. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, descend altitude 5000, All Nippon 1483. Climb to flight level 180, Starflyer 20. Heading 220, All Nippon 60. Descend to 4000 feet, All Nippon 60. Right heading 200, descend to altitude 5000 feet, cleared ILS runway 22, Japan Air 541. Right heading 090, All Nippon 886. Right 270, All Nippon 16. Left 300, Japan Air 54. Heading 245, speed 250 till the localizer, cleared approach runway 23, Japan Air 9er 8. Approach, Lufthansa 711 Heavy, at 9000. Lufthansa 711, heading 270. Lufthansa 711, speed 250. Japan Air 828, with you. Heading 050, descend to altitude 3000 feet, Japan Air 828. New Zealand 60 Heavy, with information India. Left heading west, speed 250, Japan Air 54. Right heading 210, Japan Air 541. Right heading 210, cleared approach 22, All Nippon 886. Right heading 090, Japan Air 9er Heading 110, Japan Air 9er 56.
Left heading 270, expedite descend to altitude 2000, speed 250, All Nippon 57.
Reduce 200 knots, Japan Air 9er 8. Speed 200 knots, Japan Air 54. Heading 230, Japan Air 54.
Left 260, All Nippon 57.
Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 277. Right 050, descend to 4000 feet, New Zealand 60. 360 over right, New Zealand 60. Descend to 6000, Japan Air 216. 360 over right, Japan Air 216. Right heading 360, All Nippon 60.
Left heading 250, cleared ILS runway 23, All Nippon 57.
Climb to flight level 180, United 9er. Roger, All Nippon 9er 03. Right heading south, Japan Air 9er heading 200, descend to 5,000 feet, cleared ILS-22, All Nippon 9er left heading 190, reducing 200, All Nippon 9er left heading 180, descend to 3,000, All Nippon 16. Japan Air 16, passing 1,800 on the second departure.
Heading 245, All Nippon 57.
Climb flight level 180, Japan Air 16. Descend to 7,000, All Nippon 399er. 360 over right, All Nippon 399er. Left heading 360, increasing 250, All Nippon 75. Heading 270, Japan Air 9er 56. Right heading 200, All Nippon 9er 03. Heading 280, All Nippon 75. Approach, Japan Air 739er. Cancel ILS clearance, All Nippon 60. Heading 090, All Nippon 16. Lufthansa 711, heading 180, descend to 4,000 feet. Right heading 210, All Nippon 9er 03. Copied, Japan Air 739er. Heading 050, Japan Air 739er. Descend to 3,000 feet, New Zealand 60. Left 270, All Nippon 75. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 88. Right 090, All Nippon 60. Stop descent at altitude 5,000, All Nippon 16. Left heading 190, cleared ILS 22, Japan Air 9er 56. Descend to 2,000 feet, All Nippon 60. Expedite descend 2,000 feet, All Nippon 60. Heading 270, descend to 6,000 feet, All Nippon 9er 45. Heading 360, Japan Air 11. Heading 360, All Nippon 332. Descend to 2,000, speed 250 knots, and say again the heading, Asiana 146. Heading 030, Asiana 146. Good morning, All Nippon 9er 3. Air China 50, Yokosuka departure, passing 2,100 feet. Climb to flight level 180, Air China 50. All Nippon 9er 3. Heading 360, descend to 3,000 feet, All Nippon 9er 3. Left 210 to intercept, cleared approach 23, All Nippon 75. Left heading 270, Japan Air 11. Right heading 180, All Nippon 60. Lufthansa 711, over left heading 360. Heading 190, and confirm cleared approach, All Nippon 60. Roger, All Nippon 60. Heading 270, Asiana 146. Right heading west, cleared ILS runway 23, Japan Air 54. Reducing 170, Japan Air 54. All Nippon 9er passing 1,600 on the Mito departure. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 9er Heading 210, All Nippon 60. Heading 240, All Nippon 16. Left heading 270, All Nippon 332. Heading 230, cleared ILS runway 22, Japan Air 11. Left heading 260, cleared ILS runway 23, Asiana 146. Left heading north, descend to altitude 3000, Japan Air 83. Descend to 5,000, and confirm heading 050, Japan Air 216. Left 180, All Nippon 9er 45. Lufthansa 711, right 090. Heading 240, All Nippon 332. Left 240, speed 250, All Nippon 332. Heading 230, cleared ILS 22, All Nippon 16. Japan Air 216. Increasing 250, Japan Air 216. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, All Nippon 9er 3. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, All Nippon 39er. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, increasing 250, All Nippon 39er. Descend to 6,000 feet, All Nippon 39er. Japan Air 3654 Heavy. Japan Air 180, with you. Japan Air 3651 Heavy. Left heading north, descend to 4,000 feet, Japan Air 180. Left heading east, All Nippon 945. Descend to 5,000 feet, All Nippon 945. Heading 270, All Nippon 1483. Left 270, speed 250 knots, All Nippon 1483. Heading 360, increase 250 knots, Japan Air 828. Roger, Japan Air 3654. Climb to flight level 180, Japan Air 335. Heading 360, descend to 5,000, Japan Air 3651. Approach, All Nippon 40 Heavy. Right heading 270, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, All Nippon 40. Lufthansa 711, descend to 3,000 feet. Descend altitude 4,000 feet, All Nippon 945. After Kisarazu heading 050, descend to 4,000, Japan Air 3654. Heading 180, All Nippon 945. On this heading, cleared approach 23, All Nippon 332. Right heading 250, Japan Air 11. Good morning, Japan Air 2063, at 8,000 feet. Left heading 020, descend to altitude 2000, speed 250 knots, New Zealand 60. Heading 360, descend to 3000 feet, All Nippon 2078. Climb to flight level 180, All Nippon 5688. Descend 3000 feet, speed 250 knots, Japan Air 739er. Direct to Sierra November Echo, Japan Air 828. Left heading west, Japan Air 828. Descend to 4,000 feet, Japan Air 216. Descend to 5,000, All Nippon 399er. Descend to 6,000 feet, increase 250 knots, All Nippon 903. After Kilo Zulu Echo Radial 050, descend to 4,000 feet, Japan Air 2063. Descend to 3,000 feet, Japan Air 3654. Heading 260, cleared ILS 22, All Nippon 945. 118.575, thanks, All Nippon 16. Lufthansa 711, we are about to leave the airspace. Lufthansa 711, bye. Japan Air 956, we're experiencing wake turbulence. All Nippon 279er, passing 2100, Mito departure. Left 230, cleared approach 23,